people who've met their internet friends in real life. What made you regret it instantly? Story 1. My brother had been in an online situationship with a girl for 4 to 5 years. She finally flew in to meet him and brought a friend for safety. They're sitting in a pub, trying to keep the conversation alive. My brother is visibly shocked. She looks nothing like her heavily filtered Facebook photos. In the middle of the awkward silence, she grabs her phone to text her friend. "Girl, get me out of here. He looks nothing like I expected." She accidentally sent it to my brother instead. He just silently turns his phone around and shows her the message. Her face went white. He paid for his drink and left. Absolute masterpiece of instant regret. Story 2. Met my best online friend after 3 years of playing League of Legends together. We talked every single day, and I genuinely considered him family. I moved to his city, and we finally set up the big meetup. He shows up with his new girlfriend. Cool. I was happy to meet the girl who made him happy. Except she hated me on sight. She spent the entire day mocking my appearance. I have a lazy eye, cutting me off and putting me down. After that day, he basically ghosted me. Later found out she was telling everyone I was a terrible person for no reason. 3 years later, they're engaged. I miss him every day and still hope I get an invite to the wedding, even though we haven't spoken since. Story 3. I was 11 to 12 playing Halo 2 when I started venting about roadwork traffic near my house. The guy I was playing with said he was hearing the exact same noise. Turns out he lived just 3 miles away. He was 17 and offered to buy us burgers and milkshakes. He turned out to be a totally normal high school kid, and we hung out at a bowling alley. Nothing weird happened, but that night I realized how easily it could have gone horribly wrong. I cut contact with almost every online stranger after that. My parents had been right the whole time. Story 4. Met a girl on WoW. Fell hard, visited her country a few times, and eventually moved there to be with her. After 4 months, I realized she was seriously unstable, extreme mood swings, and scary aggression. One night I woke up to a sharp pain in my side. She had stabbed me while I was sleeping. I left the hospital, got on the first flight home, and later heard she was committed to a psych ward. Story 5. By woman here. Met a lesbian girl online. We messaged nonstop, got flirty, sent spicy pics. Something fell off. She was obsessed with my toddler daughter, constantly asking for photos and details. We finally met in person. First thing she asked, "Where's your daughter?" I said my mom was watching her, so we could have a proper date. She looked disappointed. Later at my place, she kept circling back. "Can I meet her after? Could I babysit? Do you think she'd call me mommy?" She even stole a dirty pacifier and went through my diaper bin. I noped out immediately. Story 6. At 14, I became friends on Tumblr with a girl from Hong Kong who was 24. We talked culture and life stuff for a year. She suddenly announced she got a semester abroad in my country. We'd barely spoken in months, but 2 weeks before arrival she messaged, "My housing fell through the first night. Can I crash at yours?" My mom and I picked her up from the airport. Super awkward. I looked like a child next to her. That night she casually said, "Thanks for letting me stay the whole semester." I corrected her. "Just tonight, then weekends maybe." Dead silence. Next morning she was gone, vanished in the night, left her suitcase behind, and somehow got out of our locked house, we found a crushed bush under my window. Weeks later, she asked my mom to drive the suitcase 40 minutes to a train station. Never heard from her again. Pretty sure she used my address for her visa and panicked when it wasn't happening. Story 7. High school, me met a guy from another school on a forum. We decided to meet at the store where I worked. He showed up early with a friend, went through my checkout line, and I recognized him from photos but got too shy to say anything. He paid and left without a word. I waited an extra hour after my shift. He never came back. He'd see me in real life and just ghosted. Still wish I'd spoken up at the register. Story 8. At 14, I made a friend online who lived on the other side of the U.S. His mom eventually drove him across the country to visit me. We were so excited we ran toward each other like it was a movie and smashed heads at full speed. I chipped a tooth, he destroyed his braces, and one of his front teeth was loose. Our first hug literally sent us both to the dentist. Story 9. 6 years of online friendship with a guy on the other side of the planet. He flew to Australia for a month-long visit. I'm 5 feet 10 inches, 178 centimeters. Never once mentioned he was 6 feet 11 inches, 210 centimeters. I'm at Brisbane Airport texting, I don't see you. He replies, look up. There he is towering over everyone like a blonde slender man. I started crying, laughing in the middle of arrivals. He had to duck through every doorway in my house for a month. Story 10. My friend Katie made an online friend, Jessica, who offered us a place to stay when we visited the U.S. from New Zealand. Jessica was rude to me from the second we arrived and kept trying to separate me from Katie. She ended up tagging along on the entire trip, threw tantrums, locked herself in rooms, and tried to cancel plans with other friends because she didn't trust them. Later we found out she'd been telling everyone she and Katie were secretly dating. Katie is straight and had no idea. Jessica even started saving money to fly to our country to find Katie. We blocked her everywhere. Absolute psycho. Story 11. 22F Canadian here. Had an American online best friend, 26M. For 11 years. Met on an RPG site when we were kids. We talked every day, called each other siblings, knew each other's families. His life was chaotic, and he leaned on me heavily for emotional support. Last year we finally met up for a 10-day dream trip I'd always wanted. He abandoned me on a mountain to buy alcohol, demanded I lend him $300 for a laptop without asking, only wanted to do what he felt like doing, and when I called him out he said, "You're not my girlfriend. I don't owe you anything." I ended an 11-year friendship and blocked him the second I got home. Still planning to do that dream trip again, alone this time.